insurance. Property at first of all, what does it take out on your car? Okay. How does different coverage have well vision and that's what that coverage have the comprehensive coverage vision damage caused type of while you're driving. Comprehensive damage caused not driving. Falls on your car. That was not driving. That was portion. Liability. Fair. What is liability? Responsibility, right? So if you're legally responsible, you're responsible for taxes. Fair. There's that other or so I think about the responsibility, right? Not only do you have the responsibility of your life up there, but as an accident, held from a so it have the criminal side of laws on side. There's lawsuits. Not only are you damaged that liability aspect, part of your insurance, is there to cover it. Now, you know that in the state of Wisconsin, Wisconsin requires liability insurance. And their requirements, their low-end requirements are $10,000 property damage, $25,000 for the death of one person, and $50,000 for the death of more than one person. So these are the lowest limits you have to have in terms of liability insurance. Now think about this for a second. You go tearing out of here after it's been snowing, and you end up ripping the lawn and taking out a part of a building. Okay? How far does $10,000 go? Not very. What does this mean? If you have $10,000 of property damage and coverage, what does that mean? The insurance company is only going to pay up to $10,000. You cause $20,000 of damage, and you have $10,000 of insurance, you're still responsible for paying the extra $10,000. Same thing with the other part. The $25,000 for death of one person and $50,000 for the death of two people. I'm going to tell you this. Okay? Depends on the day, but if you do something dumb in your car, and you end up killing me in a car accident, I could almost guarantee you that my family is going to sue you for more than $25,000. On the simple fact that they're going to lose that in income. More than that in income.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Because I make more than $25,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I hope that they would value my life more than just my income amount. But, guarantee you that I make $25,000 more. Or more than $25,000. More than $25,000. So my point here is what? What's the point I'm trying to make here? With these minimums. Don't try it stupid. Point B. What's point A here? What's the point I'm trying to make? What I'm trying to make is these minimums are way too low. And as you are going out and buying insurance, right now, you don't buy the insurance, mom or dad or whoever is buying the insurance for your car, and maybe you're paying for it, maybe not. And whatever it is, right? But as you go out and start making these decisions, and a good insurance rep will help you through this, right? Not only are they going to help you through this so that you're protected, but they're going to walk you through this because as these go up, what do you think happens to the price of premiums? They're going to go up, right? They're going to want to make a little bit more money. But the point I'm trying to make is these are very low minimums. And if you're buying insurance, you need to make sure that the coverage that you have is enough. Okay, the same thing for underinsured or uninsured. Even though there's a law out there that says that everybody needs to have liability insurance, guess what? There are people who don't always follow the law. There may be lawbreakers out there. And there may be people out there that are driving around with no insurance. Just like there may be people out there driving around without a driver's license. What are you guys laughing? Okay. All right, so keep that in mind. Take a look at home insurance. And again, I realize that you're a little way away from buying homeowners insurance, but we'll get to renters insurance here in just a second. They're similar. Okay, but in homeowners insurance, again, I think it's not on here, but write this down. There are two elements to homeowner insurance, just like there's two elements to renters insurance. There is the liability aspect of it. So there's a part of your insurance premium that you're paying is coverage for liability, which would be somebody slips on your sidewalk and decides to sue you. Somebody's breaking into your house and they slip on the steps and sue you. And by the way, that has happened.
So that's homeowners?
We're talking about homeowners liability right now. Okay, so in both home insurance, homeowners insurance, and renters insurance, there's two aspects to that. There's a liability aspect of it, the legal responsibility, and then there's a property coverage aspect to that. The property coverage will cover not only the structure of your house, but also the things that are included in it, the personal property. So your TV, your furniture, your Christmas presents, all those things are covered in that homeowner coverage. What you have to include or think about, do I have enough coverage for the property that I have? And as you accumulate more properties and valuable property, because I can tell you what, my kids over the years have accumulated a lot of toys from Christmas and whatever. Between you and I, shut the door for this. Between you and I, if they lost like 85% of those toys, I wouldn't be heartbroken. Because they're just sitting in a box right now and not being played with. But as you accumulate other property over time, TVs, stereos, things like that, you need to make sure that there's enough coverage in there for those things. Temporary living expenses is also included. So if your house does burn down or something happens to it, there's money included that you can have to go live in a hotel room for a couple days till you get things figured out. You can go buy new clothes. House burns down and all you have is clothes on your back, right? Okay? You need other clothes. So there's money included in there. What you need to do is make sure that you have enough coverage for that. How are you, let's think about this for a second. The unthinkable happens. Your house is destroyed for whatever reason. How many people think after a traumatic experience like that would be able to go through and list off all the valuable property that you have? You could? I only got 2 things. Yeah. Okay, what about your parents? I can tell you what, it'd be tough for me to go through and think about everything that I have in my house right now. Yeah. And so experts will tell you periodically and take an inventory would be a tedious task, rough task to do, right? Be a pain in the butt. Video it. Walk through the house and take videos of your stuff. Save those videos. Then you can always go back to those videos. Say, here's what you have. Insurance companies might want proof, right? If all of a sudden your house burns down and you tell them that you got the $50,000 ring saved someplace, and they're probably going to want proof that there was a $50,000 ring someplace, right? Okay. Well, that's why save it on Google Drive.
Upload it from
Upload it to the cloud. Okay. Same thing with renter's insurance. Okay, as you go off to college, a couple of things to remember with renter's insurance. Renter's insurance still again has that liability aspect built into it, as well as the property aspect of it. If you're renting an apartment, your tenant, or excuse me, your renter probably has insurance on that building. They do not have insurance on your stuff. Their insurance does not cover your property. Their insurance only covers their stuff. So if something happens to your apartment, it burns down. Again, you need to consider, do I want insurance for that stuff? Most college students, their furniture comes from the curb. Right? It's cheap stuff. Okay? What I mean by curb is every once in a while somebody throws a couch on the curb that says take it for free.
No, don't do that. That's how you get diseases.
No, it's Lysol and baby down.
Okay? Some people take it, or you go to a thrift shop and you find some furniture really, really cheap. Okay? I don't know if you're gonna. I mean, you have to think about this, right? I don't know. I can't answer the question, but I don't know that I would put insurance on a couch that I paid $10.
I don't know.
I'm thinking if I get a month out of that couch, I got my $10 on it. And anything after that is just bonus. Right? So those are the decisions that you have to make. Do you have property worth insurance? Because again, you're paying premiums, you're paying money for something that you hope you never have to use. And probability says you probably won't ever use it. That's the decision that you have to make. One of the things that you need to consider for an advantage or a reason to get renter's insurance, even if you don't have property that you think is worth insuring is that again, there is a liability aspect out of renter's insurance. If you're the reason the apartment complex started on fire. I got Winston Day today, I saw it on the calendar. Winston leases curling iron plug in.
I never knew this was
And his curling iron starts the curtains or a towel in the bathroom on fire. Which is the reason the entire 30 apartment complex building burns to the ground. Because Winston's dad is a little slow getting there.
Wow.
You would be then financially responsible, or could be financially responsible for that building. That's a pretty big financial hit, right?
What if they never find out it was his girl name?
Well,
They do, they got.
there's ways.
Smart.
Yeah, how do they always?
Mr.
find out?
Sapinski's pretty smart.
Cause they can find out.
Fire
how long-
range, yes. Somebody else. You
Fire
can tell where the fire
Isn't it like something like fire through?
fire range, you can tell what the current person was for.
It's like that.
Yeah, that's why he's-
Yeah, throw some slack, right?
Unwatch NCI.
Okay, so just, again, something to think about, right? A lot of decisions here that you need to make, a lot of things that you need to make decisions on. What's the right answer? I can't tell you what that right answer is right here, right now. It varies and depends on each individual situation. Those are all some things that you need to think about.